friends, today I'm going to teach you how to do natural tie-dye, and we're going to be able to use ingredients to dye our material straight from our refrigerator and our pantry. So let's get started. The instructions that came with the box have a great list of natural items you can use to tie-dye. You'll also want to grab your bandana, your face mask, and the rubber bands. If you don't want to use the items that came with the box, you can tie-dye anything that's 100% cotton. I have decided on turmeric and blackberries as my dyes. The cotton has to be prepped for these dyes in different ways, so let's get prepping. If you are making a plant or veggie-based dye like I am with the turmeric, make sure that you soak your bandana or mask in a solution that is 4 parts water to 1 part vinegar. This will allow the dye to stick to your material. Make sure that your water is warm, if not hot. It'll help with the dye sticking process. If you're making a berry-based dye like I am with the blackberries, mix 8 cups of hot or even boiling water with a ½ cup of salt. You don't have to boil the water, heat it up too hot. I just know some people like to ensure that the dye sticks in the long run. Once you make that mixture, go ahead and throw either your bandana or your mask into the solution. Our mask and bandana have to sit in their solution for about an hour, so let's make our dye. If you're using any spices, such as the turmeric I'm using, your proportions will be 2 tablespoons of spice to about 3 cups of water. If you're using raw ingredients, you're going to want 2 parts water to 1 part raw ingredient. Wait till your water gets to a soft boil, and then go ahead and add your ingredients. Be especially careful with spices like turmeric that the water doesn't get too hot. You might burn off too much water and just get a solid mass of turmeric, which won't be helpful in the long run for the dyeing process. Both the fabric and the dye have to do their thing for a full hour, so let's set a timer for both, and we'll see you in a little bit. Now that we have patiently waited a full hour for our dyes to boil, we can turn off the heat, strain and drain our dyes, and get ready for the fun part, which is tie-dyeing. Once the dyes cool down a bit, you can either put them in a turkey baster, a spray bottle, a squirt bottle, anything you have on hand. Some people even prefer to dip the fabric right into the dye when it's ready. The colors in these dyes turned out absolutely stunning. I can't wait to start dyeing my material. While we wait for our dyes to cool down a bit, let's wring out the water solution out of our bandana and out of our face mask. They can be a little damp, but make sure you get as much water and solution out of them as possible before you start dyeing. There are a ton of ways to fold your mask and bandana to get those tie-dye results. I definitely suggest looking online and finding your favorite. For the bandana, I'm going to do the traditional spiral tie-dye, and for the mask, I am going to do a horizontal accordion pattern. The rubber bands you put on your tie-dye will give you those traditional white lines you see. The more rubber bands you add to your fabric, the more white lines you'll have. So put on as many or as little rubber bands as you want based on the design you're looking for. Once you are done folding and rubber banding your fabric, go ahead and put your dye in your spray or squirt bottle and make sure you cover your fabric as much as possible. If you see any white spots, that means you haven't done enough dye, so keep going even if it looks like you're doing too much. Once we are done with the dye, go ahead and throw your mask and bandana into a Ziploc bag or Wegmans bag. We're going to let it sit overnight and let all the dye really soak in. Once it's been sitting for at least 12 hours, remove the rubber bands and rinse out the excess dye from your fabric. Then you can throw it into the washing machine on a low setting, air dry it, and you will have a beautiful piece of natural tie-dye to wear and show off. If you are subscribed to the Teen Box for Outside the Box Summer Enrichment, come see my final results and ask me any questions you have about natural tie-dye on July 14th from 12 to 1 p.m. during our teen activity time. You can also see our results posted that day on our Facebook page. The link will be in the description below. As always, if you have any questions or want to show off your tie-dye creation, you can contact me here at dtupman@jewishrochester.org. Thanks for joining us today, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!